So I took yesterday's jar of water and put it back in the freezer without a bag, in case that would make a difference. And then I put that new jar of water back in the bag and put that in the freezer. So let's see what the results are. Aha. You definitely have different results today than yesterday. And no matter how tight that very well-sealed lid went on, the ice was able to push it off. So it's good to remember that water, when it freezes, expands, of course. But when it expands, it doesn't always break things right away. Sometimes it just pushes rocks, the way it's pushed this lid. And then in other cases, it cracks the rocks, the way it's cracked this jar, which is essentially made of rock. Glass is made of rock. It's made of melted sand. So now let's think of in terms of mountains. Water, not all water goes down into the rivers. Water seeps into the nooks and crannies of mountains, and then each year, if it expands and pushes rock apart, the rock doesn't necessarily fall. But the next year, when it rains in there again and freezes again, it pushes it a little farther apart and farther apart. Each year, a little farther apart. And then one year, when it melts, and then the ice is no longer there to hold it, the pieces of rock fall away. The ones on the edge fall downriver. And so that's what we can see over time when the ice melts and lets this glass go. We'll see how much of it can hold together as if it were the mountain, and how much of it falls as if rolling down into a stream to be broken into smaller rocks, and finally, by the time it gets to the ocean, into sediment or sand.